We're at the wildlife refuge. My cousin found big bucks on his trail cam right in his backyard. They come out of the refuge into his backyard. So hopefully during the rut they're moving around more, but a lot of fields, small trees, some big timber lots. We're just gonna try to figure out where they're at, where they might be, and then set up accordingly. We're gonna follow this road to a big lot of timber by a river and see if we can find some deer sign. There's deer tracks all over this dirt road. We are on the deer now. There's no poop, but there's a trail straight through here into this open field. Trail goes over there to that side of the timber and then down around here. There's a dirt road down there, and we tucked through that dirt road into this field, and there's deer beds everywhere. We're just trying to follow these trails and look for some fresh sign, but no fresh sign yet. Yeah, there's a bucket over here. Somebody was in here, walked across the field into the timber where it leads into a marsh, just looking for trails. And it looks like somebody was hunting back here. Oh yeah, look at that. Little old camo net.
This is on my, that's what they had on my deer stand that was at my house. Same type of camo.
Looks like some oak trees where you would expect deer to come feed on acorns. I don't see any acorns up there though. You could probably put a tree stand right up on this tree, get up 8 feet, wait for deer to come in here. There's deer beds all over out there, but I'd want to see the deer first before I commit to sitting here all day. Need to see some deer poop, some fresh poo-poo, then we're on to something. There's a green Menards bucket down there. There it is. Little Menards bucket. Found a penny bun mushroom. Edible mushroom. Homie left a bucket and a can, a little can of. Oh, this is one of those Asian-y energy drinks. We're gonna follow this trail of timber across there, across the marsh. There's more timber, and I bet that's where deer are bedded down. Mushroom City out here. If we don't find deer, at least we found some mushies. Found some acorns on the ground. There's another mushroom. Looks kind of like that other mushroom I found. This one is a fresh one. Fresh mushy. Found a turkey feather. Looks like little turkey scratches right there in the dirt. Found a little crabapple tree. There's no deer poop on the ground. Can't find no deer poop. There's a trail all the way through this forest. Another forest across the marsh there. Barbed wire grows through the tree, or they put it in there, but look at that. Right through the tree. That's crazy. That is the beauty of nature. Finally, some deer poo-poo. Right on the edge of the field. All the beds were right there. And then we walked along the timber here, the crabapple tree over there. Finding clues. A lot of swampland on the left. Here's the overgrown road. The marsh right there, but there's another timber plot right there with some big oak trees. So hopefully there's some deer sign over there. Maybe some deer poop on this road, but there's also a clear trail going into that little field in the middle of the timber here. There's a buck, a little buck, right across the field there. See if I can get him on the cam. See him? Right there. He's just looking at us. I don't know how the f*** you saw that. Dude, you got like supervision. You always see the deer. I never would have seen that deer in a million years, dude. I need glasses, dude.
I think you do. I was looking at the tree line, and then I seen, oh, there's one standing there. Now he's looking right at us. Let me see this back.
Yeah. Where is he? Oh, yeah, there he is. Got David on the binos.
They're at least 6 inches above his head.
From here, he saw that deer way over there. I would never see that. If I was looking even right now, I think it was like a tree branch. Huh. We spooked.
That's a far shot, though.
We spooked that deer. He was like a 4-pointer. And then we see another deer leap out into the opening, and he looks like an 8-pointer. I'm gonna try to get him on camera through the binos. Right there. There he is. He looks like an 8-pointer. Maybe more. Right there. He's looking right at us, dude. I wish I had better binos, but we're on him now. We went back to the parking lot from the dirt road, down this trail. Acorns falling out of the oaks. 2 turkeys fly out of these trees here, down the trail. And the bucks are down the trail to the left in that open clearing. Now if we can just get a pin on them where they are in the morning, if they're bedded down there all day, or if they're just bedded down in the timber somewhere, but if they come out into that opening, you're set up in a good tree, you could smoke them if he gets close enough. But this is like another little honey hole. Got does on one honey hole, and I got bucks and turkeys in this honey hole, and there's turkeys in my other honey hole, man. Some good spots out here. Well, we found what we were looking for. A successful mission. Peace out.